Well, let's talk about the egg. Yeah. The thing with the egg is it's kind of misunderstood. A lot of people think that it's a really bad item because of the fact that it reduces your output damage by 10%. Right? Well, that's true. A lot of GAN heroes, like M1s, like Wraith, Haze, 7, Warden, even Venator to some extent, but because he doesn't have spirit scalings. They don't really get extra spirit in lane, right? They get monster rounds into like, I don't know, like sometimes extra region. Some people buy headshot booster sometimes. You will normally go opening rounds, you will normally go weakening headshot on Venator. Slowing bullets on Haze. You get Mystic Slow on 7. You don't really, or Suppressor depends, right? Swift Striker is a really good item as well, Active Reload. But you don't really get extra spirit. Like an hero, right? 7 might be an exception, but that's about it. The thing comes with you are dealing 10% less damage, right? But the damage that you can deal in lane, it's not that high, right? Heroes normally have around 1000 to 1.2 thousand HP per on lane. Like, let's put popular heroes like Dorman's been pretty popular. Haze has become popular because of Echo. Echo Shardship is always super strong. Warden's always super strong. Sinclair's really fucking broken. No one plays him. Lash, Wraith. Like, if you look at their HP, you will see that they have 755 plus 42, which means that in lane they will have around 755 to around when do you end lane? You end lane at around 7k, 8k. At that point you're level 7 to 8k, you're level 12 to 13. So you have 1.2 to 1.3k HP on Dorman. You have 1.1, around 1.1 on Haze. You have around 1.3 to 1.4 on Shift, 1.5 on Warden, 1.1 on Sinclair, 1.2 on Lash, and 1.1 on Wraith, right? No, 1.2. So when you look at that, right, especially on like heroes like Wraith, heroes like Haze, even if they might have a bit of agency in the lane, because they're like, for example, Haze's fixation is really strong. Wraith's cards are really strong in lane. The amount of damage that you're dealing in lane doesn't surpass the 400 to 500 mark. And even 500 is stretching a bit, right? Like, you're gonna hit around 20 bullets, 30 bullets, maybe a card or two. 32, like around 30 bullets at level, like, let's say 5. You're dealing 150 damage, right? Around 180 damage, only with your bullets. And then you have like 2 cards. Let's say one is a spade. You are like this because you max this first, but you don't get it until later. So like in lane, you're dealing around 100 extra damage, 120 extra damage. So you're dealing around 150 plus like 250 to 300 if you get 2 bonus, like 2 spades. You're dealing around 400 damage. The idea of like you're not gonna kill someone because you're missing 40 HP is plain wrong, right? 40 HP is like 3 shots of a minion. It's you getting a light melee in a trade. It's your partner getting a light melee in a trade, getting a headshot, right? Because like you're normally pairing Haze and Wraith with supports like Dynamo, supports like Ram, supports like Page. They're really strong in lane. You wanna get pressure to get the breach buff. You're gonna get pressure to steal their Sinners, to steal their tier 1, to steal even their tier 2. So you're gonna be poking them, right? And those 40 HP that you're missing in like every 30 to 60 seconds, which is every wave for 2, right? Because you're not poking exactly every wave. Don't change anything. They like, okay, 40 damage will change something in like 1 game or 2 out of 100, right? Sure, it will change it sometimes, but you're also gonna chat out and miss your bullets because you're chat, right? So you could be missing those 40 HP because you missed 5 shots, right? Because we have to remember, like, 40 damage is around 5 to 8 shots on Wraith and around the same for Haze. Because for some reason, Wraith and Haze have the same exact bullet damage. When Haze has fixation, which makes her bullets deal like twice the amount of damage. Because of the damage of the spirit damage, right? But that's another thing. The thing with the egg is that while, yes, you're missing 10% damage on wave, right? You will build monster runs. Monster runs, with egg, you get spirit power, right? You will get 7 spirit power. Why do you get 7 spirit power? Because of the investment. You're not getting extra spirit on Wraith, don't lie. If you're getting extra spirit on Wraith, that build is not good. Nope. If you want to skip the egg, you should go monster rounds. You should not get extra spirit in lane because your main consistent damage will come from your weapon. You should be looking to hit your weapon investments first, and then hit your spirit power investments for second. So yeah, the 7 spirit power that you get from the egg means that while, yes, you're doing 10% less damage on the same build in lane, your cards are dealing more damage than they usually do, right? If you go to, like, I'm just gonna use Wraith as an example. Of course, it depends on who you're playing. Of course, blah, 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 blah. The general idea is that on heroes that want to farm a lot, that are really strong mid to late game, like Wraith, Haze, again, like, even heroes like Apollo, even heroes like Billy, Dorman lets you get the Mystic Burst damage on Bell when you pop it. Moinkrill also lets you get the Tank Buster damage when you pop it, when you buy Tank Buster. So that you heal an insane amount of HP more. In fairness, this like mid-game heroes that are really strong when they hit a certain power spike, like for example Wraith with Ricochet, or like Haze with like Curse Ricochet, in fairness with like escalating exposure, Moinkrill with like Tank Buster or like escalating exposure as well, Dorman with Vortex Web. These heroes that really shine when they get a certain threshold of souls and then and a specific item that you don't give a shit if you lose lane or not, or if you win it, because let's be real, if you win the lane, you're gonna win anyways. If you put like Holiday Haze, you're dead. The Haze dealing 10% less damage doesn't matter when you're getting lassoed, right? And like if you win the lane and the argument is like, oh yeah, but like I have to win the lane because like the Guardian gives so much money and so much. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's 1.2k souls. You will get it, and then you can't kill them anymore because now the enemy is playing under their walker. And if you try and steal their jungle camps, you should die because now they will reach you earlier because you're closer to their base. You're closer to their other lanes, right? So yeah, like winning lane early, you could make the argument, oh yeah, but like if I win lane early, I can leave my carry to farm alone and then I can roam. And while that is true, the soul spread that you will give to your teams when you roam on 3 people, while yes, it's still over the like percent amount that one person gets, right? It's the same spread as the second one. You will see that it gets cut by 20% for everyone. And while, yes, this means that you're not losing any souls technically, every single person that's in the same lane is losing 20% souls, right? Basically, let's say over the course of like 3 waves, you get 1,000 souls. Let's just say 1,000 on the dot, right? If there's 2 people, each of them would give 540, right? 54% of 1,000 is 540. Now, if there's 3 people, and that is 1,080, right? Now, if there's 3 people, instead of getting 540, you get 360. While, yes, that's still 1,080. Every single person is losing 200 souls, right? That is a lot. That's like a full camp. That's even more than like a depends on like what medium camp you're doing. If it's the like the medium camp where there's 3 medium minions, you are still losing like a full camp. But anyways, that's like another point that it's also why the egg is good. Because if your point is like, oh, now I'm roaming, sure, your whole team's share of souls is the same, right? Like the number up top will show, I don't know, like 5,000 to 5,000. Just an example. Those 3 people will have 400 souls. Then the person who's laning alone will have 1,000 souls. The 2 people who are on the opposite side, there are only 2 people per lane, will not have 1,000 souls, but we have 600 souls, right? So while yes, the spread is the same, the power imbalance that comes on the team is different. You should be thinking about the whole picture. And if the whole picture is like there's 1 person in your team who has 20,000 souls, and the other 5 have 5,000, you have 5,000 for 25, you have 45,000 souls, right? If the enemy also has 45,000 souls, but instead of having 1 with 20,000 souls and the others with 5,000 souls, each of them have around 8,000 souls, they will have 45 to 45, right? It will be much easier for the enemy that has 8,000 souls to run around the map, because they're nearly twice the soul value of every single enemy team except the person with 20,000 souls, right? So if the person who's not fed is not in the fight, you're fucked. But anyways, if you are thinking of getting the egg, why should you get the egg? Simple. 3 reasons. Simple. Damage, lane, fake. It's a MOBA. It's not a shooter. Enemies should not be able to die. There are so many chances for the enemies not to die. You have a healing trooper every wave. You can give solo heal. You have extra regen. You have grit. You have guardian ward. You have heal right for the supports. It's like there's no way, right? Like in Eternus pro play, you should not be able to die. Second reason, Why are you not getting an item that will give you around 15 to 18% extra damage when you pop it, right? First Rift, it's fake. It's 1,462 souls. You should fight it if you're behind because of the fact that it gives a shitload of resistances, right? As a friend pointed it out, is you should fight it because it's not because of the souls that you get, but because you will be able to win the fight. As another friend pointed out, if you're winning, don't even go to the fucking Rift. Don't even give them a chance. Because why would you take a fight when every single person in the enemy team has bullet resilience, spirit resilience, and like 30% debuff resist, right? If you do that, you're trolling. So, first Rift. If you can take it, take it. If you're winning, just don't even bother. It's 262 souls per person, right? It's 1,462 souls in total. So it's around 262 souls per person. That is, again, nothing. That is, again, like 2 minions of like... That's one big minion. Like, that's one denizen of the biggest camp, like tier 3 camp. That is like around 2 to 3 denizens of a tier 2 camp at the 10-minute mark. Never fight it. If you lose, or if it's even, you should never fight it. So now you have this idea of like, okay, you're now playing not for lane, because you should never play for lane, because if you're playing for lane, that means that the heroes that you're playing are not good. They can't scale, they thrive in chaos, they thrive in uncoordinated times, they thrive in killing enemies that are just worse than you. They're like LeBlanc, they're like Shadowfiend. They're heroes that only show up when the enemy is worse than you. What should you do instead? You should be looking to fight the second rift. Oh, it says earn. I fucked up. You should look to fight the second rift. You should look to start fighting at timers that are good for you. First rift, not real. Specifically, it's 247 souls per person. This is 30 souls more than than what I said. 247 souls per person is 30 souls more than a single tier 3 denizen. Second rift is 432 souls per person. While, yes, that's also only 2 big denizens, like 2 tier 3 denizens. Not everyone can farm that. There's only like 8 or 10. No, it's 2, 3... It's like 12, I think. Yeah, 10 to 12, 10 to 14 maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of comps, but second rift is not only the souls that you get, it's also the timer. Why is it the timer? Let's take into account the rift spawns are around plus minus 1 minute. Normally the middle point is minute 12. They could spawn at minute 11, they could spawn at minute 13. Regardless of when they spawn the first rift, the second rift is around the 20-minute mark. Let's say it's minute 29. Let's say it's minute 19. If you have been a good farming hero, you have been a good wraith, you have gotten a kill, maybe 2, you've been farming, you've been chilling, you've gotten a guardian, maybe not, who gives a shit, it's not enough gold. But you've been farming, your page has been fighting with your chief, or your dynamo, whatever, right? Like Billy, Sinclair, Silver, I mean, whatever, right? You've been farming, chilling, your team has like made skirmishes 3v3, maybe 4v4, 2v2, right? The enemy team has gotten like 2-3 kills, your team has gotten 2-3 kills. Now what happens? You're at around 17,000 souls. It's minute 18, 19. You are good. You bought Cultist Sacrifice. You're smart. You're not playing for early. You should never. But you bought Cultist Sacrifice. Great. What does Call the Sacrifice do? It gives you 562 souls on the first proc. 551 souls at minute 8. That is literally a wave and a half. That's a full level when you pop it. That is a full level that you're getting at minute 8. Now, this item, right? If you look at Call the Sacrifice, this item is 30.2. Oh, it builds off monster rounds. Oh, I can get opening rounds in this, and I already have my 4.8 spike, right? It also has 4.5 minutes of cooldown. So you pop it at 8 minutes, and then you get 51 souls. And then you pop it at 12 minutes and a half. And now you get around 650 to 700 souls. And now you pop it at 17 minutes. And you get around 700 to 800 souls. With this item alone, you've already acquired 1.3k souls. A bit more because, of course, it makes farming easier, so you get the souls easier, so they respawn faster, blah, 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 blah. You're getting around 1.5k off the procs alone. Now, what that means is that you're 3 to 4 waves up on the enemy team if they don't have Call the Sacrifice. Now, what that means is that you're a full level up. Now, couple it with rocking it at 16, 30 to 17. This has 2 minutes and 40 seconds of duration, which means that if you proc it at minute 17, you still have around 30% weapon damage extra when the second rift spawns. Which means that when you pop your egg at around minute 18, right? When the rift spawns, let's say the rift spawns, you hear the sound, you hear everyone, hey, 20 seconds for it to spawn. You push the wave, you have the coldest proc, you're pushing the wave 25% faster than you would normally do it. Well, around 55% because you also have the passive, right? Because it's 30%. Now what happens? You pop the egg. Maybe you get to, well, not maybe, you get to 20k, right? You've gotten 1.5 with this, you're getting around 2k with this. You are up 30.5k souls. Off of items alone. Not even kills, not guardians. You are doing, you have done, you could be sitting your ass down, farming camps, not even getting guardians. You're just chilling, you are existing. At minute 18, you are up 3.5k souls that you would have already. What that means is that you don't have 17,000 souls. That means that you have 20. What this means is that not only you have your 4.8 spikes on Spirit and Gun, which you already hit, now it means that you also have the 4.8 on HP. And you are 6.4k souls free, right? If you have the 4.8, it means that you're 4.8 times 3, it's 21, 12, yeah, it's like 14,600 souls, right? No, 13,000. It doesn't matter, like, you have, yeah, 13,400 souls. You have a specific amount of souls left over, which is 6.4. Now, what does that mean? You're playing Wraith. What does it mean? Minute 20, second Rift. You have your Search of Power, you have your QSR, You have your Fortitude, you have your like Spirit Life still, you have your Cultist Sacrifice, you have your opening rounds. Your Cultist Sacrifice is procced, you have 32% extra weapon damage. Now you have a tier 4 item. Now you have Ricochet. Not only it increases your fire rate by 18%, it also increases your output damage by 130% because it gives you 2 extra targets that will get 65% of the damage that you deal to the main target. Now you have a tier 4 item. Now you have Ricochet, now you have Curse, now you have Lucky Final, like, what does 7 like? Like, Unstop, I guess. Like, you have Spiritual Overflow on Infernus, you have scaling, what's the name? I need the actual item list. Escalating Exposure on Moinkrill. You have like Unstop on 7. You might have I don't know, like Boundless, maybe. I don't fucking know. Piercing Clear, you have Boundless 100%. But like, you have Spiritual Overflow. You have these really strong items. I don't know if it's picking it up, but it's like fucking raining cats and dogs, by the way. But yeah, like you have these insane items, right? And this is only achieved at this point of the game while also having the 4.8 spikes on everything because of the fact that Cultist and Egg are working together. Now, let's say you bought Gun, you bought Ricochet, your Wraith, your Haze, you're going Ricochet on Haze, you're going Ricochet on Wraith. You like the item, it's a good item, you know, don't get me wrong, it's a good item. What happens now is that not only you get the item, right? Not only you get the 18%, let's take this as an example. This can be extrapolated, and you should extrapolate this on your own. This is just an example. I am not gonna sit here and do this with every single tier 4 item. Now you get 18% fire rate. You're sliding. Great. You are dealing 18% more damage. You're dealing 18% more damage because of your slides. Because you get unlimited ammo when you're sliding. You are at 20k. You might be like a psychopath and have upgraded your like full auto on Wraith to your max. I don't know why you would do that at this point of the game, but you could do that. And that would mean that you're actually just dealing 18% extra damage of Ricochet alone if you're hitting one person. Because this also makes it that you have 2 extra targets, which means that you're dealing 130% extra damage. What that means is that you're fucking shredding people, right? Not only that, not only you're dealing 130% extra damage, not only you have 18% extra damage on a single target, you have also went from 46% weapon damage, right, which is 4.8, to 74% weapon damage, because it's 11.2. You are dealing 28, you have 28% extra weapon damage. You have 18% fire rate, just because we're taking this item. You have 130% extra damage. Not only everything this, right? Not only this, only, you know, in parentheses, only. Not only you have a tier 4 item that is just fucking insane on gun carries, you also get the buffs. And now the buffs are also insanely strong. Why are they strong? Now, not only you have 18% extra fire rate, you have 8% base fire rate. This is of course on top of the buffs that you have gotten throughout the game. Right, you're doing boxes, you're getting golden statues. you're getting Sinners. This is extra. Not only you have 8% fire rate, which means normally you're dealing 8% more damage. You also have 15% max ammo, which means that you're dealing 15% more damage. Not only that, you also have 12% weapon damage, which means that you're dealing 12% more damage. Not only that, you have 12 spade power. Now, spade power, 12 spade power might not look a lot. The same with like 12% weapon damage, actually. Because you will see this like, oh, this is like 12%, you already get it with like a 1.6k item. Oh, like Titanic magazine gives you 14% weapon damage, like 12% weapon damage is not that much, right? The thing is, when you are at 20k, 17.6k, you have, on a normal gun build, you will have around 80% weapon damage. You've picked up some golden statue buffs. Maybe you get around 90% weapon damage, maybe 94. Not that much more. 12% of 94 is not 12%, right? It's around 15%. You are getting some max ammo as well. You're doing boxes, some Sinners. Your build doesn't have extra max ammo. You have around maybe like 10% extra max ammo. So now you have 15% extra max ammo. So you're not getting 15% extra damage. You're getting 150. Right? Because you have 10, now you have 25. That's a 150% increase. You're only getting 8% fire rate. Because normally you don't get that much fire rate. Maybe you get Swift Striker. I don't know why you would, but you know, maybe you like Swift Striker. Let's say you have QSR and Search of Power. Search of Power gives 32% fire rate, if I remember correctly. 20%. And then QSR gives you 10%. Oh, that's why I mistook them. Okay. So you get 30% fire rate, right? Off of this. We get 8% always. So you're getting 30% off of items. Now you have 8% extra. Let's say 10% for the sake of making it easier. Now you have 30% extra fire rate in comparison to what you previously had, right? All of these combined, sure, you're dealing 10% less damage to people. You have cultists, you don't give a shit. You have cultists, instead of having 30% weapon extra weapon damage, you have 20%. Sure, great. Who cares? Now, when the game gets interesting and important, is after Second Rift. It's when you fight Second Rift. It's the timers of, oh, if they die on Rift, we do mid-boss. If they die on Rift, we do mid-boss and get the walker that we haven't took. Or like 2 walkers, if we're behind or whatever, right? Mini 20, there's gonna be at least 1 walker up on each side. It's most likely gonna be the blue walker. Maybe there's 2 up, 1 on the side lane, 1 on blue walker. More or less, just like on average, right? So realistically, you're getting the fight. You're dealing, taking into account the max ammo, not taking account CDR, taking account the max ammo, fire rate, weapon damage, speed power. Without the egg, you're not only losing levels because you've lost 2,000 souls, you're also losing an item. You're also losing the buffs. Which means that, why, yes, you are dealing 10% less damage early game. Cool. You let's say you miss 10 bullets out of every 100 you shoot. You are missing 5 bullets per magazine. Are you a robot? Can you hit exactly every single bullet? You can't. Do you know off the top of your head if someone is going to die when you hit like 13 bullets, 10 with full auto and like 2 spades? No, you don't. You don't know the damage, right? So this 10% damage doesn't really change like 98, 99% of the fights, because you can't do these calculations instantly. And even if you could just literally wait a bit. Instead of playing for the kill on that wave, you can just wait for the next wave. That's it. So now we know that this part doesn't matter. Now we get to the fun part of you dealing unironically 15 to 19% extra damage. This is insane. This is insane. Like, I don't even know what to say. And even, like, this is only taking into account the extra items that you will get. This is not taking into account the extra level that you also get, right? If you take into account the extra level, if you take into account the kills that you are gonna get after this, the idea of you pop the egg, now you go from -10 to +18. Oops. And the enemy stays at 0. But the enemy stays at 0 on a part of the game that is really important. Not because Rift is important. Second Rift is... how much is second Rift? I have my notes off screen on my second monitor. Second Rift is 2.68 souls. It's 2,592 souls, which is 432 souls per person. That is just 2 big minions, yes. That is just 2 tier 3 denizens. But what matters is not the Rift itself, it's the fight. If they are fighting, and this person who has 15% extra ammo, 12% extra weapon damage, 12 spirit power extra, and 8% fire rate extra. These numbers sound really small, but because of the way the numbers work in this game, if you look at items in general, you're not getting a lot of things. You're getting 20% max ammo on a thing that I don't know how to say that. This item is specifically designed to get you ammo the same way this item is getting only... it's just getting you ammo, right? This is also only getting you ammo. It's 100% weapon, 100% max ammo, 2020. You are, one, getting this for free. Not only, you're not even getting this for free, you're getting paid to get this. You are, like, someone is coming along to you and is going, hey, do you want an extended magazine for free? Yeah, sure. Do you want rapid bullets for free? Rapid rounds for free? Sure, why not? Do you want extra spirit for free? Sure. Do you want, like, the HP that you get from bullet lifesteal for free? Yeah, well, why the fuck not? You are getting so many of these, like, 800 tier items for free. And also getting 2,000 souls for it. So now you're online. Now you have Cultist procced, which at that point of the game you are 20,000 souls, which is level 24, right? 20,000 souls, no, 19.5 thousand souls is when you get level 24. So you go from level 22, which is below 18,000 souls, to level 24. So you get 2 levels. Normally you will get like 2-3 spirit power. Some heroes will get some weird scalings of levels. Who cares? You're getting some. You're getting a lot of HP as well. Off of the the level up, right? Like you're getting 70 HP on Wraith, you're getting 70 HP on 66 HP on Haze, you're getting 120 on Sheaf, you're getting a lot of HP, right? You are also upgrading your damage in a way that the differential damage that you lose of not getting this item is so insane that you should just buy it. If you are something that cares about an item, if you are something like Dorman who cares about Vortex Web, if you are someone like Lash that wants to get their items faster, if you want something like Moenkrill who cares about if he can proc Tank Buster, if you're someone like Dynamo who cares about having like Refresher earlier, or like Divine Barrier, or like whatever tier 4 item you need, if you are going to like Page or Rem and you have these power spike of getting Heal Booster and Healing Nova, or Heal Booster and Echo Shard, you will have it for the fight, because you're a support, you normally won't have it for the fight. The same way the gun carry won't have a tier 4 item, while also getting their spikes on the other two categories. This item is insane. If you go to someone and you tell them, hey, you, like, if you give them this debuff by default, you will miss 10 bullets out of every 100 you shoot on enemies. And that will carry for 18 minutes of the game. And then suddenly, you will not only not miss those 10 bullets, your bullets will deal like 20% more damage. 30% more damage. You should take that in a heartbeat. You should take that, like, at minute 20, you have aimbot. Minute 20, you're hitting, like, headshots. Like that. Minute 20, your abilities, for some reason, are dealing just, like, 10 to 15 extra damage. 10 to 15% extra damage. Which normally means that you're dealing 30 to 40 extra damage. If you're Apollo, you're doing like 100 to 200 because you're fucking all this broken. If you have this, and the person who you're telling, hey, you're also getting 2,000 souls for free, they say, nah, actually, I don't care. I don't want to deal like 20% extra damage on the point that it matters in the game. Nah, what? This person is stupid. Right. So yeah, Egg is broken. Like, unironically broken. Egg is broken. End of sentence. This item is insane. You should know how to build, taking this into consideration. You can mitigate the damage. You go Cultist to mitigate the damage, right? If you go Cultist, you end up having more damage. You also basically, if you go Cultist, right, the idea of buying Egg is that you also buy Cultist. The idea of buying Egg is you don't care about the damage reduction, like the damage penalty that you get, because you're mitigating through something. You're mitigating it through having the Egg, because as I said, yeah, you're technically dealing 10% less damage when you have the spike, but you are not getting extra spirit. So you have 7 spirit power more than you would already have, than you would normally have. And then let's say Wraith likes QSR, so she buys QSR. And instead of having 11 spirit power, she now has 15. And then you get extra spirit, because you're building into Search of Power. And now instead of having 25 spirit power, you have 19. Right? Because no, instead of having 25 spirit power, now you have 29, because it's getting you the 3.2. So the only time where you actually get the 10% the 10% damage penalty is after getting Search of Power, because it, after the 4.8 scaling, like after the 4.8 investment, there is no full 5.6. At this point, you get egg. You have 7 spirit power extra. You get QSR instead of having 11. You will have 15. When you get extra power, extra spirit, because you're building into Surge of Power, you will get 29, because it's 19 plus the 10 of extra spirit. And then, when you buy Surge of Power, you will have 38, right? The only time where you feel the damage penalty of the actual full 10% damage penalty is after you have 9.6 thousand souls. Even more if you're buying HP in the lane because you need it for like you're in a bully lane or something. So the only damage penalty, that like the 10% damage penalty, will start at 9.6k souls, which is around 10 minutes mark, which is when the lane ends, to around minute 13, which is after like grabbing 1.6 HP item, maybe 2.4, because you also like went extra regen or something. The only point in the game that you actually get the 10% damage penalty is between minute 12-13 to minute 18-19. Those are the only 6 minutes that you will actually deal 10% less damage. In lane, you will only deal around 5% less damage. This is why the item is broken. That's it. And yeah, like the item is broken not only because of the buffs, not only because of the souls that it gives you, not only because of the fact that it just makes you play in a way where you value kills less, which you should. You should value kills less unless it's a free kill. You should not lose a wave for a kill. You should not lose 2 camps for a kill. Unless it's a solo kill, because solo kills at minute 10 to 12 are 1,000 souls. You should have a brain of hyper farming. You should, if you're a gun carry, again reiterating, this is for gun carries, this is for 7, this is for Wraith, this is for Haze, this is for also heroes that can't farm, this is for Rem, this is for Dorm, this is for Lash, this is for Monikrill. When you pop this on Monikrill, you get Tankbuster damage earlier. Instead of having to buy Improved Spirit, you now have, instead of being down 1.6k souls to proc Tankbuster, you're up 3.6 because you popped it at around 2,000 souls, which makes you be able to proc Tankbuster without Improved Spirit. So it makes it so that you now have a net positive of 3.6 thousand souls instead of being down 1.6 thousand souls. Because you're not getting Boundless, you're Monkrill. Why would you get Boundless, right? On Rem, the same. Instead of getting Echo Shard without being able to buy, like, healing, you get Healing Booster, you get Divine Guard, you get Rapid Recharge, you get Echo Shard, you get maybe Heal Ride if the lane is rough, because you get so much Spirit. You get Heroic Aura. So in the fight before, like in the second Rift, you get Echo Shard. With Egg, you will be able to buy Heroic Aura because of how Rem's build works. On Page, the same. You will be able to get Heroic Aura, and you will be able to buy like Knockdown or Disarming Hex or Silence Wave. On Dynamo, you will be able to buy Refresher. On, like, there is so many, like on Dorman you will be able to get Vortex Web, on Lash you will be able to get Boundless. There is so many heroes that, thanks to the Egg, get their power spike, like their really important item and levels, right? Like on Lash you will get your max ult, on Wraith you will get your, like, maybe you get your max 3 because you're a psychopath, but like on heroes that actually just max 2 abilities and like nearly never put points in any other ability, you will get the ability to max that second ability for the fight. You will get the stun on Lash, you will get the full auto on Wraith, you will get the fixation stacks on Haze, you will get the like max no, you will get the like second point on Little Helpers on Ram, you will get the second point on the book on Page, right? You get so many important abilities and the most important item for those heroes for this fight. So you're not only dealing around 15 to around 15 to 19% more damage, you're also so much more useful, which means that your team is much more like they're just happy. They're happy because your Lash stuns people now. They're happy because you deal more damage. You also heal more because the levels, healing Nova skills off of levels, right? Echo Shard, like Rem's HP scaling also goes off of Spirit. You are your team is so happy. You have a Rem, Pop Egg, Echo Shard, Kill Booster. You are so happy. You have Wraith, pop the egg, become like this Wraith has been farming for like 15 to 20 minutes, pops egg, gets Ricochet, and starts mauling people. And you're so happy. You give them a shield, and they get like 3 kills alone. That's it. This item is so misunderstood, and like, of course you can hold it at 30 minutes. I do that. It's so fucking fun, right? It's so fun. But of course, the best use for this item is to pop it at 20 minutes. Well, not at 20, it's like around 18 to 19, because that's when 2000 souls pops. That, like, this item is so misunderstood, and like, I've seen Poshipop talk about this, I've seen another person also talk about it. I don't know if it was Ashides. There was someone basically like saying that Poshipop's points were wrong because of the fact that like he was talking about the HP that you get when it procs and like giving it soul value. You should not give soul value to these boons because you could do the argument that they're free, right? Like, sure, you get 8% fire rate off of like rapid rounds, like you get 9. Doesn't matter, it's 1%, right? But you get like, you could do this of like, oh, but like golden goose egg, it pops for 8%, it gives you 800 souls value. You should not look at this item like this. You should look at this item off of raw damage. You should never try and make the argument of how soul efficient is this item because of the fact that you're not using slots for this damage. Your slots are free. You're giving you're free. Like, you don't need rapid rounds, you don't need extended magazine, you don't need like not extra health because this item is too strong, but like, you don't need to buy a bullet lifesteal, you don't need to buy a like extra spirit. These are inherent buffs to your person, and even if you don't have walkers, you are still up in slots, right? Because let's say you have QSR and you have Search of Power, somehow you can buy extra spirit, right? Those are already 3 slots that you're using. You now buy Bullet Lifesteal or Spirit Lifesteal. Well, because Wraith builds Spirit Lifesteal, let's say that you buy Bullet Lifesteal. So now you have 2 slots. Now it's 5 slots. You have Fortitude or like Dispel, whatever. I go Fortitude. It's such a broken item. It's so much HP. It's so much HP regen. You can just like go into a fight, be nearly dead, and instead of basing or having to like pray for heals, you just leave the fight. Right, you're like at 100 HP, you leave the fight, you go to another wave, like another lane, you are pushing the lane, you get like a heal or 2, 1 or 2 heal minions, and the Fortitude is popping because the minions don't stop Fortitude healing. Like, only denizens and sinners do, apart from mid boss and hero damage, like enemy hero damage. You don't need extended magazine. So it's like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you have like opening rounds 7. You have first cultist 9. You have now Ricochet because you popped it, it's 10. And then you have extended magazine and open. But yeah, it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and like 10, 11, and half. Let's just say 11 because this is 18%. This is actually a lot of CDR. You are not sitting on 11 slots. You are just actually sitting on 7. Which means that you have 4 extra slots to buy whatever you want. You should look at this not as in soul value, but in how much damage you deal and how much it lets you be free of slots. Because Wraith Haze, like gun heroes, will always care about fire rate, will always care about max ammo, will always care about weapon damage. They also always care about spirit power because every single ability in this game, except like Venator's, like Consecrated Grenade, Shotgun, and Old scale off of Spirit. If they have scaling, they will 99% scale off of Spirit. So they do care about this. They also care about the HP, because 80 HP might not sound like a lot for people who have played other MOBAs, right? Especially if you played League, you have like Deadman's Blade, like which gives like 300 HP. You have like Black Cleaver, which gives also like 350 HP. But HP in this game is really hard to come by except for Fortitude. If you look at the bonus health that any of these items give, except Fortitude and extra health, you will see like 90, right? Both life steals give you 90. You will see like what is like Colossus is a tier 4 item that will give you 25% base health, but it's 6,400 souls. Cheat Death will give you 200 extra HP. Leech, because it builds off of both, it will give you 180. There is not a lot of items that give you HP in this game. 90 again. You are getting like the average value of a tier 4 item of HP if you don't count Fortitude. HP in this game is really important. Like, there is so much that you're missing by not buying this item. And now you like the argument that you can buy, like that you can say is like, sure, I don't want to deal this much damage because of the fact that I know I'm better than the enemies. And I know that with 10% more damage, or the like net neutral damage, I will be able to abuse my enemies. And to that, I will tell you, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not the second coming of Faker for this game. You are not you are not a robot. You cannot play to know that the enemy is 532 HP because you can't even see the numbers without mods. Most, if not all, the tournaments that you will be able to play in don't even allow mods. As far as I know, at least. You are not a robot. You cannot tell if someone is at 453 HP or if they're at 458 HP or 59 or like 56. Doesn't matter, right? You are not able to tell me that if they're at 432 HP, you, without egg and without extra spirit, you are able to deal 433 damage that with egg will go down to 391 damage. That is not something you can say. No, because with egg you also get spirit, so it will be more like without egg you deal 433 damage, with egg you deal 420 or 410. You are not able to tell me this because you don't know, because you're not a robot again. You should not play like a robot. You should always play to improve, but also to get edges in a way that make it so that even if you are worse than the enemy, you have a higher chance to win. If you are playing League and you are playing into Faker, one of the best mid laners in the world for a decade already. Top 3. Every year, top 3. No, like, no joking, top 3. Maybe top 5 when, like, the fucking musical chairs was going on. When he, like, hurt his wrist and stuff. If you're playing into Faker, if you're playing into Keria Guma, the best bot lane in the world. If you're playing it, well, Doran's kind of balanced, but like it's fine. If you're playing into this team, which is a fucking stacked team, you're not gonna pick LeBlanc into Faker. You're not gonna pick Kalista into Gumayushi Keria. You're not gonna pick Pyke. You're not gonna pick Lee Sin. You're not gonna pick Nar or Renekton or Ambessa, because you are getting fucked, because they are so much better than you mechanically. So you should be able to realize this, and you should be looking for edge. You should be looking for, what's the word? You should be looking for advantages elsewhere. You should not look at this game as if you are the best player, right? You should realize that if you're playing into the best of the best, you should look for advantages elsewhere. What that means is you should be in late, for example, you should be looking for the best scaling comp. You should be looking for the best team fighting comp instead of be looking for something that can really carry if you actually are 1v9. Because you will never be able to go 1v9 versus Faker. The same way, you'll not be able to go 1v9 versus like Zergi, Osis, Saya Sniper, like these players that are actually insane at this game, right? You must look for advantages that are consistent. You shall not sin for ego. You should find advantages. Same way, extra regen is broken because you get so much HP back, and enemies don't realize this. And if you get extra regen, they will chunk you. You will live for like 5 seconds, and you will come back, and you will have regained like 70 to 8. No, it's like actually, yeah, around 60 HP. Because you leave, you get like extra regen, and if you have a support, you get heal right, so you already have like 60 to 80 HP off of heal right and extra regen. If you only count the extra regen, you will get around 10 HP per 8 seconds. So you are getting around 35 to 40 HP per wave time, but that doesn't matter. Like, we're not talking about this. You should look for this. These are the only 2 items that should be always bought in any gun hero build, because of the fact that they're so broken. They are so fucking broken, it's insane. Any other item doesn't matter. Like, this game is really good because it gives you the investment thing. You can go fucking decay, like, you can go fucking decay on Wraith and it will work, right? And why will it work? Because you still get the investment, right? Like, doesn't matter. Like, I'm playing in TomTom, I'm playing in Ascendant, doesn't matter. You can buy whatever the fuck you want, because you will still get the spirit power, right? Like, if you buy DK QSR, you're still getting 38 spirit power, right? If you buy fucking Titanic Magazine and Coldest Sacrifice, you're still getting the 46% weapon damage. If you buy like the 3 shields, you're still getting the 38% health, right? So this game makes it so much easier for people to actually think about what they want to buy instead of always buying the same things. But if you're playing Ankare, you should always buy Coldest Sacrifice. It's so broken. If you're playing gun carry and anything that cares about a power spike at either minute 18 to 20, which is around 20,000 souls, or earlier or later, you should always go egg. Like through minute 15 to 25, you should always go egg. If it's after, you should always go egg as well. But if it's earlier, you could make the argument that the like 1.6 thousand souls that you get from egg, you could have gotten by getting Fucky Final, like another 1.6k item that lets you get the Guardian faster. That's actually like a good point that you can make. That might be right or might be wrong. I don't know right now. But like egg is so broken. It's so free. Cultist Sacrifice is so broken. This item is actually insane. Insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Also, you not only get 30%, around 30% weapon damage at minute 20 when the second rift spawns, you also get 50 plus 24 times 4. Now 24 times 4 is 4 times 4 is 16, 5, like 4 times 2 is 8, so you get 146 HP as well. This item is so insane. And the 12% ability range. Like, this item is insane. This item is insane. It gives you so much levels, it gives you so much everything. But yeah, like, you should buy egg. It is really good. It is really good. People, like, it is insane. You should not hold it for 30 minutes unless you know that the game is not gonna end before minute 35. You should never hold it until 30 unless it's gonna go over 35. You can tell this in like pro games, and you can tell this in like maybe scrims, I don't know. But yeah, like, you should never pop it after 30. You should always also never pop it at minute 10. You should always pop it at minute 18, basically when you get 2,000 souls. You can wait a bit. Maybe the rift spawns later. Maybe they're dead for rift, so you just wait a bit, right? And you pop it at next rift. Doesn't matter exactly, but you should look for this pop. You should look for this. This is insane. It gives you the tier 4 item. And yeah, that's basically it. Like, you get 22 buffs. Like, it's really good. Yeah. I'm gonna make a fucking append. I don't care. I'm gonna make an append on Cultist Sacrifice. Basically, with Cultist Sacrifice, the thing that happens, right, when you buy Cultist Sacrifice is this funny thing of when you buy Cultist Sacrifice, what happens? You buy it in lane, you get a 1.6 item, you get weapon, like opening grounds, you get active reload, I don't know. You get something, right? You're a gun hero. Or like maybe you're playing Pocket, right? Maybe you're playing Pocket, you get Mystic Burst, you get Extra Spirit, and then you get Cultist. Why so fast, right? Why are you getting Cultist so early on Pocket or on any other hero that cares about the weapon investment, like the 4.8 spike, but is not inherently a weapon damage character? If you care about the 4.8 and you don't go Alchemical Fire or you don't go Heroic Aura, you should look for Cultist Sacrifice because of the fact that it gives you so many souls. At minute 8, which is when you get this, if you buy it at 4.8 to 5.2, that's more or less the souls that you will have at minute 8. Because of, like, you will have around 4.8 to 5.2 if you don't have the camp. You will have around 5.2 to 5.5 to 5.6 if you do have the camp, but if you've stolen 2 camps because you're also doing boxes, you have like maybe gotten also like a solo camp because your own partner went to fight the bridge buff, maybe they died, whatever the reason may be. You will have around 5,000 souls at minute 8, which makes it so that you can buy Cultist Sacrifice and have a 1.6k item before So on gun heroes, you will have the 4.8 spike really, really soon, which not only makes it so that you're super strong in lane, it also gives you the like around 13% damage that you get from cultists, because you like at being at around 5,000 souls, you are level 9, right? And if you're level 9, you get 9 times 8, it's 872. So you get around 17 weapon damage extra, right? So you not only get the 46% weapon damage from the investment, you also get around 18% weapon damage because of the fact that this is getting you the 4.8, right? But with this applied, you're getting 17. It's like a 3.2k item, right? So you don't have 46% weapon damage, you actually have 62. No, 63. Yeah, you actually have 63% weapon damage. Not only that, at that point in the game, at minute 8, a wave is a wave at minute 8 is 116 plus 8, which is 124 times 4. I'm fine. Pull out a calculator. You have 124. There's 4 minions or 5 minions? There's 4 minions, yeah. So it's 124 times 4. Something changed? Maybe. I don't know. You're getting so, like, you're getting, like, more than a wave when you pop it. Like, is this actually... Like, it's 116 base plus 1.16 times... Nope. Times 8 times 4. Oh. Times 4. Yeah, it's 501. So yeah, you're getting 551 with a proc at minute 8, so you're getting an extra wave for yourself. Like, this is how much you would get of a wave alone. Because you're sharing it with someone, you're getting around 260, because the differential is 108%, as we've seen before. It's 100% for one person, it's 108 for 2 and 3. If you're sharing it with another person, you're getting around 256 souls, around that. So Cultist Sacrifice gives you twice the amount that you get of the wave, or it gives you 50% more when you get it alone, which is insane, right? Yeah, like, this item is super broken as well. It gives you so, like, when you pop it at minute when you pop it, right? When you pop it, you are level 5, right? You're 5,000 souls. No, you're level 9. My bad. You pop it at 5.2 thousand souls. Then you get 550, so you have 5,700 plus the wave. You're 5,900. Off a wave, you are a full level up on the enemy. You are 700 souls from 5.2 to 5.9. That's when you go from level 9 to 10. You are up around 600 souls off of both of the enemy laners, which is insane. Like, you're up more than 10% economy-wise, right? Your income-wise. You have gotten 10% of their income off of one proc of Cultist alone. And now you also not only deal 30% more weapon damage to NPCs, you also deal 17 to 18% weapon damage to enemies and NPCs as well, which means that if you have egg, you're still dealing 8% more weapon damage to anything. If you don't have egg, you're dealing 18% extra weapon damage to everything. This makes it so that if you have like a lane with like pocket wraith or like pocket haze is weird, but like you can also do it with haze. But if you have it on any gun like Venator, wraith, pocket, 7, warden, anything that cares about the spike, and you have this, you will melt the guardian, you will melt the enemies, you will melt camps, which makes it so that they spawn faster, which makes it that you clear them earlier, etc, etc. It's just like such a tempo item that makes you just destroy anything. And this coupled with the egg is even more broken because this what's the word, this disables the egg penalty, because it gives you over twice the weapon damage that it takes off of the total damage, because the egg is 10% damage penalty, and this gives you 18% weapon damage at minute 8. So you are dealing 8% extra weapon damage than you do with the egg, more or less. Like you actually, like 10% or 18% is like 2%. But you're still dealing like more weapon damage than you do without both. Like instead of instead of going cultist, you get anything that's 3.2, like Tesla bullets or like Headhunter, like Express Shot, Blood Tribute, Burst Fire. If you get anything other than cultist, you're dealing 18% less weapon damage. If you get cultist, you're dealing 18% extra weapon damage. If you get this and this makes it so that you are dealing 20, not 20%, but like it's just like to make a reference, you are dealing 27% weapon damage to NPCs instead of 30. You are getting 16% weapon damage instead of 18, because that's how percentages work. Like I was trying to even make it look bad, but like egg is even better, because the 10% that you're reducing off of cultist is not 18 to 8, it's 18 to 16. It's not 30 to 20, it's 30 to 27. It's not like 46 to 36, it's 46 to 42. Well, 41 because it's 4.6. I don't know how floats work in this game. But yeah, like you're not losing anything. 10%, while yes, it's 10% less damage in total. When you buy this item, you're still dealing 10% less damage in total, but 10% is not a flat 10. It's 2% weapon damage less. It's 3% less weapon damage to NPCs. It's not it's not 10% less weapon damage. It's 4.6 less percent weapon damage. That's why 10% doesn't matter, because the numbers on this game are so low that 10% of any of these numbers is not greater than 50. Again, if you hit your full combo at minute, if you hit a full magazine, right? A full magazine with a spade and a club with egg, you're dealing 1,444. This is at minute 12. You are dealing 1.4 thousand damage. If you don't have the egg, you are dealing 1.6 thousand damage. Those, in this case, are 150 damage, right? That is 10% less damage. What is 150 damage? That is one light melee, actually, right? It's like, because you're level... You have 9.6, so you're level 15. No, it's two light melees. Yeah, it's two light melees and like a stray bullet from another hero. Or like a light melee and like 3 stray bullets. Off of a different hero. Like if you're playing Page or like you're playing Rem. Like 150 damage is nothing. You are missing 150 damage. It's nothing. Like, you can actually play it better. You can whiff like a light melee. You can whiff 2 light melees. Maybe your team hits 2 bullets extra. Like, 150 damage is so little that even if it is 10% less damage, the extra damage you actually get after, it's it's so exponentially more. Like, it's such an impactful change that it just vexes me. It just like baffles me, right? Because 150 damage is not that much. 150 damage is like someone not getting their 4.8 on HP. 150 damage is like someone doing a camp. They're doing a camp before going to the fight. 150 damage is like just like get a card thrown to your face. You stand on page burn a bit too long. You get hit by like a Dynamo 1 before the fight starts. You have resetted, but you haven't gone to full HP before coming back because you fucked up your timers, because the enemy played it better and pushed your wave. Those 150 damage, those 150 HP is such a minuscule amount at such a moment. But at second rift, you're not also going up 150 damage. You're actually going up 360 to 460 extra damage. That is a lot. And that is with the same thing. This is a full magazine with full auto, spade and a club. And this is the same. This is a full magazine with full auto, with spade and a club. Without egg, you're not only missing the spike of like ricochet and stuff, so like the damage won't take into account ricochet. This doesn't take into account ricochet. This only takes into account the extra spirit power, the extra weapon damage, and the extra fire rate in not fire rate, the extra max ammo that you get, right? Like this is your base weapon damage plus 192 from the extra. No, plus 192 from the extra what's it called, like max ammo and weapon damage, plus the 173 from a club because it slows, the spade that deals twice the damage, plus Tesla bullets that instead of doing 43 damage deals 50, and instead of proccing around 8 to 9 times, it now proc 10 to 12 times because you also get more fire rate, but you also get more ammo. So the 0.2 timer procs faster because it has more chances to proc. So you're plus the level up. So you're actually 360 to 460 extra damage if you take into account just a single target damage. Because no one is getting ricochet here. Because if you get ricochet here, you don't get the 4.8 on vitality. If you get ricochet here, you should time this by 130. You're not dealing 2,800, you're actually dealing 4,700 more or less. You are doubling this damage. You are doubling this damage if you just hit your if you just get the ricochet, and you will still like deal 15 to 19% more damage when this person gets ricochet because of the inherent buffs that you get. That's just like in this fight, because of the fact that you got ricochet, you are just out damaging this person who doesn't have ricochet because they can't buy Ricochet because they don't have enough money, by double. This is single target damage. This should be times 1.3. I mean 1.3, 2.3, right? No. Yeah, it should be 2.3. But it should be like 130%. Like, it is insane. And it's 130 because ricochet damage deals 65% weapon damage, like ricochet damage, but it's times 2. Like, it's actually insane. But yeah, anyways, this is how like the egg and cultist interact with each other. This is how buying both of them lets you buy Ricochet for that important fight, which will make it so that you not only deal 20% more damage in the fight. If you have Ricochet, you will deal unironically like 150 to 170% more damage, like nearly 3 times the amount, because of like Ricochet giving you 130%, it also giving you more investment that goes from 46 to 74. It's insane, right? That's just like how it goes. And yeah, like this will let you snowball. This, like the minute 17 to minute 19 fight will actually let you snowball, because that's when the kills get to a threshold of if you get a kill or 2, you can go mid boss. Because it's Rift, you will most likely get 3 to 4. So you not only get the Rift and mid boss, you will get a Walker. That's second Rift is 2,000. 2,592 souls. A Walker is 4,000 souls, so you are up 6,600 souls. Mid boss is also some gold, but it doesn't really get you much, I think. Plus the waves that you get after getting the kills and the Walker, so you are actually up 8,000 souls off of jungle, waves, Rift, and Walker, without counting any kills. That is the second Rift. It is insane how many souls you get off of just being this strong. But yeah, like I hope I didn't explain myself too poorly. These 2 items are fucking broken. It's insane. But yeah, I hope I didn't explain myself too poorly, and hope this helps anyone that wants to learn more or like get better. Yeah, good luck, and I hope these videos are like worth looking to.